Hello everybody, it's Rick again here with R-TAC and Daughters. So this is going to start our World War I rifle reviews off. So the first one we're going to start off with is the French Berthier. Probably the underrated French gun of the war. 20,000 times better than the Lebel. By the time World War I started, the Lebel was obsolete and they were already adopting larger magazine capacities here for the Berthier. So the Berthier started off with a 3-round clip, like so. And you would stick it in the gun right here, and then after you fire your 3 rounds, it would fall out the bottom. Well, the French realized fast that the cavalry and other troops needed more ammo capacity. So the way they did that was they took the Berthier and they added a magazine slot to it. This is where your clip falls out. This time they took a note from the Germans who have the 1888 commission rifles that were getting, and the Austrian rifles that were all getting mud clogged in them. So they put this little trap door on here. So that way when you pushed it in, you would push the old clip out and then you can just slap it closed and help clean the action out. So by doing this and adding this little bit of metal to it, they was able to increase magazine capacity to 5 rounds. Now, you could load 3 of these by the time it would take you to load 9 rounds into a Lebel. So, you done got 3 times the firepower increase. Now, the French also did it where you could take these clips and they were symmetrical, so you can load them either way. So there is no top or bottom to the clip. The other great thing is that the clip that they went ahead and said, well, guess what? It still will use the 3-round clips. So they didn't have to change all that because there's a lot of weapons out there that didn't all get converted. And we'll talk about the conversion on these weapons. And this weapon here is definitely one for discussion, and we'll have a lot to cover on it. So let's first cover the date of manufacture. This is a 1890 Berthier. Okay. And then if you look on the other side here, the barrel's got 1892. And it's your typical bolt action rifle. Of course, the rifle's unloaded. This gun started out life as a cavalry carbine. Later on, in 1892, it got the Mustatoon artillery upgrade. The bayonet was also upgraded so it would fit the Lebel, so they can just make one bayonet for all the rifles. It also got an updated rear sight. Battle sights are at 300 yards. Now this one, these models came with and without handguards. Depending on what year it was manufactured, it would have a handguard. This is not the correct handguard. They're kind of a hard thing to find. The full-size rifle handguards will not fit on the carbines because the rear sights are different. So this has got a front band that's designed for to have the handguard on the top. This one doesn't have the correct handguard. I could try to find and get the right barrel band, and so I can do it without it. But this gun has gone through a lot of changes through the French Army system. It doesn't have any import marks on it, so this gun was brought into this country before 1968, before they decided that we had to have import markings on it. Or it could have possibly be a veteran bringback, but of course there's no duffel cuts and there's no proof of that. That's just speculation at this time. So let's talk about what the French did in these in World War I. They would have had a cleaning rod right here. Of course, that's gone on this model because it's been updated, and the French would update these rifles. These would serve well into World War II, in the French Algiers campaign, and well into the 70s. And these would be updated round-wise as well. So let's talk about some of the updates. We already talked about the 1892 Musketeer. Also, in the 20s, the French decided to remove the cleaning rod stacking rod swivel here. And if you see right here, there's a piece of wood that's been inletted. This means that the French did this when they re-arsenal milled it. Also, in the 30s, they went and changed the 8mm Lebel to they changed the shoulder a little bit so the bullet would stick further into the throat of the rifling. So they did this so the Lebel, since it's a rim cartridge, it would be more reliable in the machine guns that they had at the time. So the French went ahead and re-ringed all the barrels. You'll see right here, if it'll just in, it'll have an N right there for the new model cartridge. So, and it's got a lever in here with the clip, and of course you can see the magazine. So when you go to load it in. So that means this gun happened in the 30s. So this gun was well within French arsenal life into the 1930s. So this gun saw action in World War II, logically. It was probably picked up and brought home by a GI. There's no documentation on that. Of course, the French on their carbines had a bent bolt handle and a pretty stout trigger on it. So there's a lot of, you can look at there, there's a lot of take up in that bad boy before you can get to it, and then it's a crisp break. These guns are getting far and few between. Oh, the magazine, I forgot to talk about it. The magazine capacity increase happened in 1916. With this gun being made in the 1890s and rebarreled in 1892, there's a good chance this gun was damaged at one point, and it was sent back to the arsenal, and the French re-arsenaled and upgraded the magazine, and it was reissued. So there's a good chance that this one did see action in World War II with the 5-round extension. The long rifles too, they were in this was the 1916 conversion. The end thing was 1932. It was in the 20s where they got rid of the stacking rod, cleaning rod. I don't think it's actually cleaning rod. They called it something else. Clearing rod, maybe. So, this served well into World War II with the Vichy French and the Free French forces, and in North Africa, and with a lot of the colonial troops as well. A lot better rifle than the Lebel would ever be. The Lebel up until 1900 was state-of-the-art, and then around 1900 it became obsolete. This thing here was definitely a step above and beyond the Lebel in loading and shooting abilities. And so the French later on went and then rechambered these again for the 7.5 French cartridge, and those are a lot rarer to see. So anyway, this is our first in our series of World War I rifles. Next up will be its long rifle brother, and we'll talk about that sometime next week. Don't forget, if you like the video, subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, that makes us happy. If you want to see something else, any suggestions that are positive, we'll take them. So let us know, and we'll see you next time.